G'day, welcome back to the 40 channel. So today we're going to be doing flares. Right, Charlie May's already been a fantastic help. We've fitted the front flare and the rear flare. It wasn't too bad, it was just a bit of mucking around. Once we figured out how we got there, it was okay.
Yeah,
Alright, so these flares, where do they come from?
The Fiberglass Factory.
Yep, the Fiberglass Factory. So the Fiberglass Factory, they're amazing actually. They do fiberglass panels for 40 series, other vehicles as well, but 40 series. They do bonnets, guards, doors, rear doors, roofs, front bibs. They do so much stuff, it's amazing. But the flares just really set this off. What do you think, Charlie?
Adds a little bit of pop.
Yeah, spot on. So we're going to leave them black, or we're going to paint them black, and it just breaks up that back big giant flat area of the Troopy. It just gives it a little bit more character. So anyway, unfortunately Charlie's got to go to work after all the work she's put in, but I'm going to take some time. I'm going to show you how these flares fit up, and we've worked out the easiest way of doing it, so we're going to be able to show you that. So let's get straight into it. Thanks, Charlie.
Bye.
Righto, so all you really need to do this job is a drill. I'm using a 5mm drill bits, obviously some 5mm nuts and bolts, a whole lot of different types of clamps, where you've got vice grips or panel clamps, or any type of clamp you can get so you can clamp the inside of it. Ruler, little marker, paint pen. Now I don't know if everyone's 40 is going to be the same, so I'm going to run you through how they fit onto this 40. So front panels, just up in here, is not quite straight. It's sort of a bit wavy and a little bit bent out. Some of that's from the factory. Some of it could have just been from knocks and bangs, but I don't think so, because these panels are beautiful and straight and solid, and one of the only really good rust-free parts on this whole cruiser. So some pliers or even a shifter will work, and we just need to get in this panel here and bend it up so it's all nice and straight. I know you don't like taking a hammer to your cruiser, but you may even need to resort to a hammer just to tap up around here to try to flatten it out a bit, so that fiberglass flare can just pull up nice and tight and hard against the metal here. Right, so this piece just here, we've got this main big brace in here. It's pretty thick metal, it's pretty strong, so we're just going to give it a bit of a heat up, just so it'll make it a little bit easier to bend it. So we can flatten it all out and make those flares fit a little bit. You might not have to do this, but on a freeze, it's a -2 morning today, so the steel is pretty cold. Right, I'm actually going to use a big shifter, and that shifter can just slide straight over that bit. We can just force that up and straighten all of that out. A little bit more bending here with the Righto, bit of bending and twisting of the metal. We keep test fitting our flare, see how it fits up nice and square. Now we do have a small amount of flex in this flare, which is good. So you got a little bit of flex, but you don't want to put too much in it, because, well, I don't know how much flex is in them, but I'm very cautious of putting too much in it, because it is fiberglass and we don't want to crack it. So we want to try to manipulate the panel as much as you can to the flare, rather than manipulating the flare to the panel, if that makes sense. Now there will still be some small gaps and stuff like that, but something really cool is I just went down to my local rubber shop and we just bought some of this. They call it P section. So it's just a rubber profile that has a nice big flat surface here and a round little hole at the top of it there. I don't know if you can see that. Now what will happen is, if we just sit that on top of the flare, so what will happen is, once we've fitted this all up and we go to put it back on after we painted it, it just makes a really neat look between the panel and the flare. It actually looks pretty good. Any small gaps, that'll fill it all up, and you'll never know, it'll just come up neat as gold. Righto, now we've done all our manipulation, we're just going to clamp this panel up into place so we can get a nice good look and a feel of where it actually sits. Righto, this is where all our clamps, vice grips, whatever you got in the shed that'll make this work and make things easier, go get them. Now Charlie May's been doing a stack of work with me on this cruiser, as well as Jack and my dad and a whole lot of other people. But she doesn't spend too much time behind the camera. She comes in, does her thing, helps out, and then disappears. That's just clamped into place. And what we're going to do now is we're going to work our way through and just drill and bolt and work one way back. That way it'll help sort of pull it in as well. But what we found was this. We quickly found out that this big giant tyre is in the way of trying to get the drill up there nice and neatly and square. Now the first 2 holes we drilled, we tried to do it on a bit of an angle. It made a bit of a mess and slipped out. To be honest, the quickest and easiest way to do this is just pull the tyre straight off. You've got full access. It'll make the job so much quicker and easier, I can guarantee it. Righto, that gives me full access to get a drill up in here. I don't have a tyre in the way anymore. I'm telling you, it'll definitely make life easier. Now it's as simple as just drilling a couple holes. So we want to drill one pretty close to the end of this point here. One just on the other side of this curve. One smack bang in the middle. Again, one on the end of the curve, and then somewhere down the end here. Then bolt it up. And my fingers are freezing. Trying to deal with such small little nuts on a freezing cold day on your fingertips. And you can't wear gloves because they're so small, you need to be able to get onto them. But anyway, I'll stop whinging and get into it, eh? Yeah, you don't want to do your nuts and bolts up too tight, because again, I'm worried that the fiberglass will crack. But with a Nylux and a washer either side, a nice firm tight up, and it's not going to go anywhere. Righto, the front flare is all fitted up, so that was pretty easy actually, especially with that tyre off. Alright, we'll chuck the tyre on. We'll move straight onto the back one now. I only just nipped them all up with the rattle gun, because what I actually do is I come around with the wheel brace and we'll tighten them up by hand properly, because I have had bad experiences where you just trash the rattle gun and it hasn't worked out. Righto, now time for the back one. So, check that out. There's our battery box. You might have remembered the door that was on there before. It looked pretty feral, but anyway, moving on. Righto, back flare. So one thing we found with the back flare is that it has to sit just a little bit higher. It doesn't sit nice and neat on this trim here. You have to sit it higher so you can capture all these sides here to bolt it on. I'll show what happens. Again, just a clamp, any type of clamp that you might have. I found about 15 mil. Works pretty well. Clamp it in the middle, and then we can adjust backwards and forwards to not only get it square and level, but to make sure that we get enough meat between the metal panel and the fiberglass to drill and bolt. Righto, so that's in a really good position now. I've got enough meat between this panel and the fiberglass to drill and bolt at the top, and enough on the two sides here to drill and bolt on there, so that's a good position. Throw a few more clamps on, and this one's a little bit trickier to mark and drill, and I'll show you why. So with a bright coloured paint pen, something that's going to stand out, doesn't really matter what colour as long as it's not black. We just mark the inside of where we want to drill. We're also going to roughly mark on the panel. Take that flare off. Now I've got some little marks on my flare. I'm just going to transfer those marks to the back side. We'll drill our holes, then we'll mark it back up, mark on the panel, take it back off and drill the holes. It sounds a little bit complicated, but it actually worked out really well. And it was the easiest way of doing it because you can't get a drill in this way. And unless you've got some type of really small, fine 90-degree angle drill or something like that, it's very difficult to come in from the back. Alright, now we've got the holes drilled into the flare. Now comes I guess the trickiest part of the whole installation. Now really, fitting these flares is pretty easy, but this part is probably the hardest part. A little 90-degree scribe, so simple. You just get in, scratch around that hole, and that'll give a good marking. Now, hopefully, there we go. Look at that. Center punch, smack bang in the middle of that hole I've just marked out. Drill. But now we should be able to just bolt it up, so let's see how we go. Top bolt in there first. Hopefully we can line all the rest up. Righto, you little ripper. Righto, so that's it. All our flares are now fitted up. They're all bolted on. Now we're going to unbolt them all again. We're just going to run over all with a bit of fine sandpaper, just clean up any marks, prime it, paint it, let them dry, and then we'll bolt them back on again. Righto, so that's it. So the flares are all bolted on and they look sensational. Even in this raw finish, they look fantastic. So now we're going to unbolt them all, clean them all up, light sand, some primer, some black paint, and then they can get bolted back on. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get them off now.